What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday to everyone. Hopefully everyone is staying safe, healthy. If you had to take a COVID test in the last 24 hours, hopefully you have tested negative. It's a Sunday morning. That means we do the wastewater update. We take a look at all the various different wastewater sites across the country. Not every single one of them, but a large chunk of them. And we try and get a sense of where things are headed in each region of the country. And as you can see here, New York State and some other places, there are a lot of grayed out sites, but there's also a lot of sites that are reporting, and we want to do our best to take a look at them. Let's start off reading here on the right, and you're going to see me move over here to the left so you can see the charts, and so you can see this data here. New sites, we have 129 of them. 0 to 19% wastewater detected, 533. 20% to 39%, 412. 40 to 59%, 124, and then 60 to 79%, that would be these orange sites, it's 21, and red sites, 80% to 100% detected. There's 6 of them. There were only 1 of them last week. So taking a look here, we'll start off in New England, make our way south, and eventually go west. And I do want to, certain areas, there are quite a number of wastewater sites that I do want to look at in regions where cases may be rising more or where the wastewater is said to be rising more. We do want to get a good look at that. And let's start off here with Maine. As we know, people have come up to Maine for the holiday weekend. So we are going to be looking at some holiday weekend places. Then we'll take a look at them again next week and see if things start to rise post-holiday weekend. Here's one Cumberland County, Maine site, 8,500 people in this site. This is the smaller site. There's a bigger one. And this site is dropping. Then we come down to the one closer to Portland. Doesn't update all the time. 65,000 people in this wastewater site, and it's flat. There is another one in Cumberland that I want to look at. Yes, 15,000 population in this sewer shed, and it is starting to rise ever so slightly, so that's relatively interesting. And taking a look at York County, Maine, 15,000 in this watershed, and it is dropping ever so slightly. Let's take a look at Boston metro area. Here we go. Worcester, Norfolk, Suffolk, Plymouth, Middlesex, 2.4 million people at this wastewater site, and it is flat at this time. We do see that there's an orange site in Worcester with moderate levels of COVID at this time. 42,000 people in this wastewater site, but it is dropping. How about Vermont? Do a lot of people go to Vermont for Memorial Day weekend? Honestly, don't know. I think it's a big beach thing in New England, but who knows? Chitterton, 31,000 people. This is near Burlington, and it is dropping still. That's good. 8,500 at this other site and slightly dropping. I wish we had some sites out here along Cape Cod or Providence, because that is definitely a Memorial Day weekend destination. Remember the 4th of July outbreak a few years ago? Yeah, I do. Now let's take a look at Connecticut here, New London area. A lot of beaches out here. 40,000 population here, dropping ever so slightly. Let's go down here to Fairfield. 100,000 people here, dropping for so slightly. It is at low to near moderate levels. Suffolk County, this is eastern Long Island. Not a very big wastewater site. Maybe it is this weekend if there's more people out there for the holiday weekend. 7,741. And it has risen a bit, but now it's kind of holding steady, trying to drop. Let's go a little bit west on Long Island. Nassau County, 611,000 people. After rising a little bit, it's flat now, but it is near moderate levels. New York City, we are seeing several wastewater sites rising. Richmond, 244,000 people at this site and rising. It's low, but I think a lot of these sites are going to be low to near moderate soon. Kings County, this is 758,000 people, rising ever so slightly. Here's another one in Kings, 596,000, rising ever so slightly. Queens, 90,000. Rising moderately, starting to rise. So a lot of these sites are going to switch to low to near moderate pretty soon. Here's one in Queens that's relatively flat to slightly dropping. Here's another one in Kings that's slightly dropping. Here's one that is rising. So I think the number of sites rising in New York now outnumbers the number of sites that are dropping. Here's one that's flat. Hopefully we don't start seeing that rise soon, because that is 588,000 people. 2 more sites. Bronx. Yeah, Bronx is starting to rise as well. Here's another one in Queens that is dropping. But again, I think we saw more rising or flat than we did dropping, so that's not good. And here's a really big wastewater site, 1.3 million, Essex and Union County, New Jersey. And look, yes, it's starting to rise, folks. It's low right now, but it's going to be low to near moderate pretty soon. All right, let's take a look here in Pennsylvania. Pocono Mountains, huge tourist spot this weekend. You saw me show the traffic there in a pandemic update. People flooded in from every which direction. Monroe County, small wastewater sites there. 4,000 people at this site, 25,000 at this one, and both wastewater sites are rising. How about Lackawanna County? 88,000 people, dropping ever so slightly. Come down to my area, Montgomery County, 30,000 people, dropping ever so slightly. Can't show you the central Pennsylvania Center County sites. They're not listed this week. Let's go down to near Baltimore, shall we? And here's one, 78,000 people. It's low to near moderate, and it is rising at this time. We do see some orange sites in Virginia near Roanoke, and 300,000 people. This is a big size watershed. It's moderate, but it is dropping. There's another one south of there, moderate, Franklin County, and dropping. Let's take a look near Greensboro. Here we go. Here's one near Greensboro. Davison, Guilford, 116,000 people. Low to near moderate, but dropping. Look at all these moderate sites down here. Union County, 17,000 people going straight up. That's not good. There's another one, Caribus, slightly dropping, is moderate. Another one that's moderate. And let's check Atlanta. Here's Fulton County, flat. There's another one in Fulton County, flat. A lot of these sites do not update frequently. Cobb County, this one does, and it is rising. It's already low to near moderate. If it continues rising, it could hit moderate eventually. Here's another one, DeKalb County, and 325,000 people, low to near moderate and rising. This site doesn't update. Here's a red site, South Carolina. Beaufort, 20,000 people. We saw this last week. I don't think it's updated from last week. It's going straight up. That's not good. How about Orlando metro area? Orlando, flat at this one. Here's another one, slightly rising. Orange. This one's starting to rise a little bit faster. One near Disney, flat. Miami is expected to see an increase. Not seeing it yet. That forecast model that we look at. Here's Miami-Dade. This is the bigger site. This site hasn't even updated in a while. All right, let's make our way back north. Let's take a look at Alabama. Jefferson County, Alabama, 77,000 people. Flat at this time. Now we come up into Tennessee. Summer, 45,000 people. Flat at this time. Here's a red site in Ohio, Fayette. 14,000 people here. And wow, yes, rapidly going up. That's concerning. How about near Columbus? Here's Licking, 3,300 people. Small site. Dropping. Low to near moderate. Franklin County, that's Columbus area. 645,940 people. Slightly dropping and low at this time, so that's good. Now we come down here near Cincinnati. This one's starting to rise. Let's go to northwest Ohio. Ooh, Williams County. Small site, but it's low to near moderate. That's definitely hitting moderate soon if this continues. How about up here near Detroit? Here's Oakland and Wayne. 840,000 people. Low to near moderate, but dropping. That could go back to low soon. All right, let's take a look at some Chicago wastewater sites. Here's Lake. There's a lot of sites in Chicago. 126,629 people. Low to moderate, but dropping. Here's another lake. 55,735 people. This one's rising. How about down here? Cook County. 270,647 people. Low to near moderate, but dropping. There's one here that is really big. Here it is. 1.2 million people. Low, might hit low to moderate soon, because it is starting to rise. We've been watching this. And I don't know if that is updated, because we've been seeing that same level for multiple weeks now. Here's another one in Cook. 110,000 people, 394. Low to near moderate, almost moderate. Dubois, and you can see 76,324 people here. It is starting to rise. Here's another one that's a lighter shade of blue, which means it is pretty much near moderate. Only 13,000 people. It is dropping ever so slightly. Here's Will, 50,244, dropping ever so slightly. Winnebago, and you can see here 240,000 people. This is a big size watershed, and it's dropping. It's low. And then we come to this one right here, another one, and you can see also dropping. It's low to near moderate, but dropping, so that's good. How about we come up here to Wisconsin? And this site is 51,000 people in the watershed. It's dropping. It's low to near moderate, but Jefferson, low to near moderate. How about this one over here? Columbia, Only 11,000 people at this watershed, and it's rising rapidly. This is headed right for moderate. And then we come down here to, let's take a look at Missouri. Here's Barry, only 3,300 people in this watershed, rapidly rising. Kentucky, here's one that's moderate. Jasmine, and 5,112 people, moderate but dropping. Also, looks like it's a new site that just started updating not too long ago. Then we come down here to Arkansas. Pulaski, 28,500. That is rising rapidly. That will head to moderate pretty soon. Let's take a look at Dallas area. Small site, dropping. Dallas itself, this one has not updated in a while. And there's a few more, 900,000 people. Low and dropping. Then we come down here to Harris County, smaller site, is dropping. Then there's another one in Harris County. There's several here in Harris County. I'm sure one of these has to be a big site. Here's slightly bigger, 109,000. It's low to near moderate and dropping. Then we come here, underneath this gray, we do see an orange site in Travis County. 510,000 people, rapidly rising. So that's not good. And let's make our way out to the west coast. How about this one right here? We have a red site here in La Paz, Arizona. Only 3,500 people, but rapidly rising and is red. And you can see here on the map does show Guam, and there's a red site there. 105,000 people at this, rapidly rising. Then we come down here to near LA. One of these sites is LA. Here's Los Angeles. 4 million people at this site and holding steady. Then we come up here to Monterey. 15,000 people. It is at high now, but it does show signs that it's starting to drop. But again, high transmission is not good. Then we come up here near the Bay Area. Not terribly concerning. Here's one that is rising, 494,000 people. Okay, this one is concerning because it is a bigger site and it's rising. Some of these sites do not update frequently, as you can see here. Here's another one. Yeah, a lot of these sites do not update frequent enough. A lot of them are just flat. Let's head up to Oregon, take a look at a few sites here. Polk County starting to rise. As you can see here in Benton, 58,000 people at this watershed. Slightly rising to holding steady. And we come up here to this moderate site in Washington. Only 10,000 people here, Jefferson County, but it's going straight up. If that continues, we could see that one turn red next week. Let's take a look at Colorado real quickly. Not terribly concerning in Colorado as of yet. And remember, the West Coast is an area that we're going to watch because they have one of the highest prevalences of XBB 116. Here's another one in Colorado that is starting to rise. How about Utah? Utah, when we first started doing these videos, majority of these sites were moderate to red. And Utah is still, for the most part, not doing bad. We are starting to see a leveling. Here's one in Salt Lake that's starting to rise. But again, overall, it's behaving as of right now. In the coming weeks, a lot of the sites that we have showed today, we might have to concern ourselves because of post-Memorial Day weekend. And up here in Minnesota, not terribly concerning yet. Some of these sites do not update very frequently. So yeah, let's just end it here on Missouri real quickly. Here's Johnson, not doing too bad. How about St. Louis area? You can see here, not terrible. They are dropping at this point. Here's one that's rapidly dropping, 174,000 people. Alrighty, folks, that does it for today's wastewater update. Check back later on. We are going to have an update with the daily pandemic update, and also check my weather channel out today. I'm going to have a video on the expected hurricane forecast either this afternoon or tomorrow. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all again next time. But until I see you again next time, stay safe, everyone.